day. Today, I am getting my tattoo, finally. I've waited almost a year and a half to get it. I'm on vacation, summer vacation right now. So I decided, why not do it now? While I'm off, I can rest my foot, because foot tattoos are a little worse than other spots. So I'm just about to get dressed and head out. I have to say, I am a little nervous, but I think it's more excitement. I remember getting mine when I was 16, and I remember the sound is worse than the pain, but this is on my foot, it's not on my shoulder. After my blister accident, my feet are a little more sensitive, so I'm a little worried, but like my friend said, we're gonna get through it. It's gonna be fine. I am bringing my little comfort animal, we'll call it, because I have nobody's hand to squeeze. So I will squeeze Husky instead. So let's get ready and go. Like, say hi.
Don't scare me.
Okay, so I'm filming this the day after my tattoo. Anyhow, my friends here have seen the tattoo and they were asking what the meaning behind it was, because a lot of people here don't know, first off, Dr. Seuss or the book Oh the Places You'll Go. So I thought I would explain it here and they'll see it, and even if people back home don't know the story, they'll know it. So in the schools, I always saw parents getting that book for students, and each year teachers would sign it with like wishes or hopes. I did it a few times, but what I loved was the whole premise behind it. You don't know where you're going. It feels like darkness sometimes. I never read the story as a kid that I know of, but when COVID hit, I really felt lost. I didn't know what to do, my job, my life in general. And I found that story to be helpful, I guess. So anyhow, I thought it was perfect, especially later as I decided to travel and work. We always knew, like, we thought I would be in England, not China, but when I started thinking of going to South Korea and then China, I thought of the story a lot, and especially when things didn't go my way, I thought of that story and not to give up. So when I got China as a deal and I came, I decided, okay, it's going on my foot. I had an idea I would get it as a tattoo. I didn't know where for a long time. But then I thought, okay, my foot, my right foot, because it's my dominant foot. I always take my first step on my right. So that is kind of the story of it. But what people don't know, I'm pretty sure mom and dad don't even know this, but I'll try not to get teary-eyed, but I kind of thought to myself a few days before flying out that it would be really awesome and I can't think of the word, not freaky, coincidence maybe. So when I was hugging my parents, I didn't notice it all until like after, but when I turned away from mom, because she was the last person I hugged, I stepped away on my right foot. So to me, that was like me taking my first step of this adventure, of this independence, and it happened to be on my right foot. Didn't think anything of it, went through security, blah, blah, blah. Sitting at the airport, I go to board the airplane, and the first step I took was with my right. It's normal. But what got me was the first step onto the airplane was my right foot, and the first step off the airplane was on my right foot. So to me, it was almost like me stepping into everything and the places I'm going to be going and seeing and everything. So to me, like, my friend asked me when she did the tattoo, what foot did I want it on? And I didn't even have to think about it. I was like, right foot. It just makes the most sense. And it did. So that's the story of the tattoo. But I was gonna do a little talk at the end because my phone only had storage for like the first 25 minutes of my tattoo. So I will just tell you how everything went. So it was really good. I did go through with it. I posted it on Instagram. It was really funny at first because I was like, okay, is this the building I'm supposed to go into? Here's the thing about China. Apartments are cheaper than offices. So the tattoo parlor was actually on a 5th floor of an apartment building. It is my friend and her teacher. He owns like the apartment studio thing. There were 2 chairs They've been licensed since 2019. They've been up on their checks. Like, it was a very safe place to be. Didn't worry me. But I thought it was really cool that it was in an apartment, because back home, you use an apartment to live in. Here, they use it for whatever purpose they can use it for. Because sometimes it's cheaper to rent an apartment than it is to rent an office space. Because, like, that stuff is massive and it's just crazy amount. So that was that. But I got there. I don't think I was nervous. I think it was excitement. I waited 2 years to get the tattoo. I was in the chair for an hour and a half. It makes me laugh saying I was in the chair. It sounds like a Henry VIII joke, but an hour and a half. I thought it was funny that the most painful spot on my foot was the word go. So it says, "Oh, the places you'll go," with a Chinese lantern above it, because I'm in China, and I thought that was perfect. If I travel anywhere else, I can add to the tattoo. But the most painful was the word go, because it's right below my pinky bone. Like, it just inches onto it. So when she hit there, there's not much fat. So the needle was definitely on the bone. I felt it. And the lantern sits right below my ankle bone. So I felt the one side of that. So, but aside from that, it was smooth. There were parts where my old blisters were, where it's a little sensitive. That kind of stung, but it wasn't too bad. I breathed through. I was fine. I gotta say, shading, whew, that's painful. When she went back to the single needle, I thought it was relief. Because with the shading, it is 6 little needles all going in at once. So much more pain. Then she did, and I can say this because Mom doesn't even have it, I am the first one to get coloring on a tattoo out of the two of us. It is not as bad as the shading, but it was still a little painful. My foot was so red after. I always thought, like, when they wiped the foot, it was blood, like when I was younger. But no, it's the ink that sits on top of the skin. But when she did the red, it did look like my foot was bleeding. But it's fine. It is still covered up right now in the second skin bandage. I can finally take it off tomorrow, which will be the 30th. My friends also thought it was kind of funny because I did this 4 or 5 days before my dad's birthday. So I said, it's a birthday gift for Dad. I don't think Dad really cares about tattoos, but I know Mommy's proud. And that is fine. My mom said I should be telling you guys this. So the pricing here, it blows her mind sometimes. But so at home, a tattoo, this much detail, the coloring, all that, being in a studio for an hour and a half, it costs a lot back home. For me, it costs 300 yen, or 300 RMB, which converts, if I switch it to Canadian dollars, is $35. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I spend so much on something, Mom. And she's like, how much? And I'll tell her. And she goes, Leanna, that's like $15 or like $60. That's nothing. And I'm just like, okay. But here, it adds up, right? Like, you still lose that 300. So you always have to be careful of things. But I am happy. I finally did my second tattoo. I do have a craving to go back and do more. But I gotta stop myself. I want my tattoos to have meaning. I do not know which one would be my next one. I do know I would love to do the tattoo for my grandparents, but I do not know where I want it. That's the biggest problem right now. I also would have loved to have gotten somewhere. I don't know either. I don't know if it's a song or a quote, but my grandfather used to say it to me all the time when I was little, and to my brother. And for me, it sticks. But I can only remember the first 3 lines. They're the 3 that stick out the most. I've asked so many people if they can remember it, and we can't. And as his Alzheimer's got bad, he started making lines up. So I hate that I never wrote it down, but I have those 3 lines that I memorize, and I say it as a mantra sometimes. So I'd love to get that tattooed. I just don't know where I'd put it or how, but I do. It's not an addiction. It's just, I think for almost 10 years, I've wanted to get tattoos, but because I didn't have a job or I didn't have enough of the money, I couldn't get them. So I had to keep putting them on pause. So now that I have the money and a friend who's a tattoo artist, I kind of just want to get them all done, but I can't remember all of them. I do know there's ones I want for my fingers, more on this hand, but I cannot do them until until I'm married or not working in schools, because a lot of places do not like finger tattoos. So that is a problem for me because I am a teacher and I am in the public eye. So if I happen to get married and I don't have to work, or I go to a place and they're okay with the tattoos, then fine. My friends are like, just cover it up with makeup. And I'm just like, I know. They're like, we have high-tech like makeup here. Like, you can cover it, no problem. And I'm like, but every day taking that 5 minutes to cover tattoos, it's ridiculous. So I don't know what I would do, but there will be future tattoos. I can definitely say that. And I did it without numbing cream. But if I get that numbing cream and it is good as all my friends have said, I'm getting piercings, because I want a second one here. My friends all laugh because I say, oh, you can't even see it. So see, my friends are like, it's pointless. But the little part right here, but I don't know. I've always wanted up here, like across this part, but I don't know. We would have to wait and see. Maybe a nose. I don't know. It's like my 19-year-old self is coming out and it's like, finally! But I will still look normal. I would not go crazy enough to look silly. But that is the tattoo story. It is Friday. Yep, Friday. I have done nothing today. My foot was a little achy. So I've just been taking it easy on my bed, watching dramas and things. So, but I am going out for dinner with a friend possibly tonight before he leaves. So I will have to put socks on my foot so it doesn't cause any bacteria. But anyhow, that is what's up with me. So this is going to be the end of part 1 of my vacation week, because there are 3 possible things happening this week. We have to wait and see. This was number 1, and we'll see if the 2 other things happen. But I just want to say I'm big, I'm bold, and I'm loving my life. Okay, so I don't know how much storage I have, so I'm going to do this quick. It's been 3 days now. I'm going to take the bandage off and wash my foot finally. Today has been crazy. It has been raining, so my foot's already pretty soaked, which now I'm worried about bacteria because I was wearing sandals because the shoes are a no-no. So I got my little setup. By the way, welcome to the bathroom. I am going to do it on the toilet. Like, see, it's already coming up. Because I can control lukewarm water out of here better than the shower. So let's do this. Okay, so it is hard for me to put my phone somewhere for it to tape properly. Well, that came off extremely easy. So I'm like, maybe I will just try holding the phone and do my foot. I don't know. We will see. Let's turn on the water though. Get it lukewarm. I've got, ignore my laundry soap, a little cup in case I can't reach, my towel, the Barge soap, which is one of the best my friend told me. The water's taking a bit. Okay, there's hot. Now, just cool it down. Okay, there's lukewarm. Alright, I'll try using my other hand. Okay, let's try. Fill that up the cup. Okay. Okay, I need 2 hands, sorry. Alright, so I just cleaned my foot. I'm walking on my dirty floors in my bedroom because I didn't get to clean them yet. And my bed is not exactly the cleanest. So, great. So, I got a Vino. It's like the second best for tattoos. So, let's dry off my foot. It is a little sore now. Gotta admit, I think it's more sore because I went out last night with my friends and I wore running shoes. And I met this new friend. She worked, I think she was saying she worked in a tattoo parlor for 4 years. She also has 22 tattoos. And I believe she's got foot tattoos. So she was telling me things. And she goes, I don't want to scare you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And she goes, running shoes is actually one of the worst things to wear. And I was like, shit. Because I was in running shoes and I was out basically the whole night. So my feet are sore a bit. But it's not that bad. Let's see if I can get a good shot of my tattoo. Okay, so there it is. Ignore my blister underneath. Oh, the places you'll go. So it is pretty awesome. The lantern is definitely the sorest. My foot is all wrinkly because of the way I'm laying. But let's put some lotion on it and let it heal. Well, I am back. So, as I was finishing up my tattoo video here, I have decided to give, I guess, a 4-month update on my foot. So it is December 1st, actually, right now. And I got it done, I want to say July, right before my dad's birthday. So close to July 31st. A lot has changed on my foot. My mom knows about it because I keep telling her. I am going to have to get it redone. Sadly. People have told me on the foot it does fade. It's normal. I was expecting a little fading in like a year, but no. It has really, really faded to the point most of it is actually gone. We don't know if the tattoo artist didn't go deep enough or if it was just a bad placement, but I will show you my foot. I am trying to rearrange it to make it work, and I will get it done before the summer. So here is my foot. I'm so sad about it. Okay, so as you can see, all the wording is basically gone. On the camera it's actually showing O, but that's even gone. And then go. The lantern is half there. It's pretty bad, but all the wording is gone. So my new idea, hold on, let me get my foot closer up, is so with the lantern, maybe on top, I will get all the places I'll go, or you'll go, And I found a friend tattoo artist. He is like one of the best here. He said that he can turn the words, my old words, into like crow or like little sorrow birds or something, or into a fan, a Chinese fan. So it is workable, but I am just so upset that it didn't stay on my foot. But yeah, that is 4 month update. Sad, sad, sad.